Oh my god, it worked! There he is! He just showed up! Unbelievable! So we put our bait over here, and by doing that, it attracted this giant black buck to show up. One of the coolest animals to hunt here on Parque Fernando, and it doesn't get a lot of attention, is the black buck. The black buck is a super cool animal to hunt just because it's so majestic, and the fact that if you actually do see a big one with massive curls, you're going to be absolutely shocked. Well, it's very difficult to hunt them, and recently I realized that you can actually hunt them with a feeder, so something tells me that that's going to be a pretty cool addition to helping us out in this hunt. Alright, so we got a bunch of black buck down over in here, and we have the feeder set up right over this direction, which happens to be next to this water buffalo. But we haven't actually used the black buck feeder yet, so we're gonna figure out how that works right now. And by doing that, we're gonna use the fortified pellet feed, I believe. Nope, I would have been wrong. It's the multigrain flake mix applied to our feeder, and we're gonna see if they come into it. It looks like they are. Not only that, there's a couple of good ones. 2 real nice level 3 males coming in right to the feeder. Look at that. But here's the thing, there could also be more black buck coming from a different direction, because if you look over here on the map, we have a black buck feed zone right here to the southeast, and right now we have them more here to the north. So who knows what's all going to show up. But what I just realized is the fact that the wind is now blowing straight towards our feeder. So we're going to have to make sure that we don't wait too long. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? Oh, is that another herd of black buck coming in? Obviously the main herd didn't get there just yet, but we now officially have our first black buck on the feeder, which is pretty cool. Alright, so here's these ones. Now, I don't believe that they'd be spooked from us. I think what has to be happening is there must be some kind of predator, like a mountain lion or something. Because otherwise there's no reason for this thing to still be here. When, yeah, that was odd. Now he's calm. Okay. Attentive, slightly attentive, which is a lot better than being alert. But I only see one male so far, unless, no, that's a female, and there is the male alert again. Wow. Alert at what? That's quite interesting, because yeah, the wind is slightly blowing that direction, but not really. And we're crouched. I mean, do you want us to go completely prone? Because we could. That is not good. But then we have one calm sitting there eating. And you know, I intentionally put the feeder super far away so that we wouldn't potentially, or I should say accidentally, spook any of these black buck. But otherwise I would have put it less than 50 yards so we could have potentially shot him with a bow and arrow. Oh, here we go. We got one coming in, finally. And again, it keeps becoming attentive. All these are calm. And that one keeps becoming attentive. Now it's calm again. And I honestly don't think that they're coming into the bait. Nope, they're not. Wow. Well, we're gonna have to go for a bit of a far shot here. Not really, but it's just not exactly ideal for having them come into the bait. Alright, so once he turns a little bit more. Yeah, you know what's weird is I don't even know where the other one went. There we go. He's broadside. Smoked him. Perfect shot. Alright, so we got a nice one down. But Yeah, maybe next time we'll put it over this side, over here. I feel like I've seen some good ones over here. I don't necessarily have a zone for them, but you never know. I might put it over there. Maybe here? I for sure know there's Blackbuck down here. Tell you what, I think we're gonna put it right here. Right there. So then we'll have to move the tent over to this part here, and then we'll have the feeder here. All right, let's do that and see how that works. This time we should have a pretty good wind, so it's not really gonna mess it up too much. And we'll actually be able to we'll actually be able to hunt off the bait this time. All right, would you believe it? We're going down here to the bait, and we're also gonna go pick up the Blackbuck that we just got, and we jumped up another male Blackbuck. I didn't see it, but it's obviously around here somewhere. I mean, it'd be a good spot down here as well. Yep, that's where I want to put it, over in there. Right over there. Perfect. Okay. Well, that answers that. Anyways, we got our nice Blackbuck down here. It's a 98.48, almost a gold, but our shot was a 243 yard, perfect lung, and almost a heart shot. Tucked it in there right behind the front shoulder and smoked our first Blackbuck. Partially on a feeder, partially not. We'll just go with that. All right, we jumped him up. Again, I have no clue what he was or how big he was. All we know is he was a male Blackbuck. All right, and I think we're gonna put it right here, which will be 215 yards away. I like the spot very much. Very, very much. Okay, perfect. Then we'll have a perfect wind. We'll be able to take a long shot and not have to worry about spooking the whole entire herd again. But let's move this tent and try it again. Well, let's just say that's working pretty awesomely, because we just set up a feeder right over there and we turned it on. Now we have a whole massive herd of Blackbuck coming right in. Oh my God. There's a huge 4 right out in the front. Look at the size of that thing. 105 minimum all the way to 122. The problem is the wind again is gonna get us. It's like the wind just shifted the exact opposite of what it just was. All right, so we decided to set up the feeder about 220 yards away right here, but then I just realized that it's directly downwind of us. The wind just completely shifted, and also the best part is, well, not the best part, as in being sarcastic, we have a huge level 4 that just snuck in right here, along with another 4 or 5 different Blackbuck in the same herd. And I think what we're gonna have to start doing now is put the feeder in a spot only after we find out which way the wind is blowing. But then again, how are we gonna know? And if we do that, that's gonna totally mess up our chance. I can't even believe the fact that everything was set up perfect, and then all of a sudden the wind started blowing right towards them, and then they caught our scent and they're gone. Just like that. Just like that. So at which point it'd be a perfect spot to set our feeder up right there. But we're gonna have to come back and try it again. That's a male? Oh my God, that's the smallest male Blackbuck I've ever seen in all of Call the Wild history. And then you got an absolute monster, 105 minimum there. What a tiny, tiny Blackbuck. Wow. All right, let's try and figure this out one more time. And this time, I think we're gonna have it down. All right, third time's a charm. We just set up the feeder one more time, and this time I put it further away, and we found another herd of Blackbuck over here. But what I'm gonna do is go to the top of the roof here in order to get the best wind. Well, to cover our wind the best. Let's just say that. So we're gonna fill this up. And yeah, let's see what happens. This is not the herd with the big 4. As you can see, there's a 3 over there. But I want to get over here and try and get up to the top so that we can beat these over here. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. We made it. Here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a decent 3 in there. So they're gonna come all the way down here and eventually come into the bait, which is down over there, 200 yards away from us. But another thing that's gonna happen is this big 4 should show back up, which was over here somewhere. There, got him. That's actually not even the same one. It's a good 4, but it's not the same one. The other one's slightly bigger. I mean, either way. Oh, there's a huge cape. Now, why is this thing defensive? Oh, I hear them. They're gonna walk right underneath us, and if they do, we may potentially take them with the crossbow that we have right here. It's been a minute since I shot this thing, so I honestly probably couldn't shoot past, well, 60. I'm not saying it's much, but it's something. All right, I hear it right there, right below us. Oh my God, 40 yards. We're gonna take him with the crossbow as soon as we see the nice male. Well, that's 50 there. There he is. What? Maybe we shot high, I think. Maybe? But then again, like, are you kidding me? Yeah, maybe we did shoot high. Alright, it's possible. Oh, look what's over there. Look what's over there. Oh, there's our big Blackbuck. We got him on the bait, finally. Alright, we're gonna have a second opportunity here. We cannot mess this up. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. What the absolute heck is going on here? Apparently we can't shoot through that. But we can shoot through that. We got him. So yeah, I think the first shot was 30 and we shot high. The second shot, we hit this metal pole. And the third shot, we crouched up and shot over the top of the pole and smoked him. But we got a couple more here. Looks like they're both female. All right, well, we'll add that little fiasco. Oh my God, that is kind of freaking hilarious. So I figured out what happened. And well, you're looking at it. This is honestly one of those things where I've never seen happen so precisely like this. But what happened is, while we slid over to the edge, we were a little too far back and we took the shot. Ended up hitting the side of the roof. Versus if we would have been over like this, we probably would have been able to take in that shot. But yeah, let's grab our little crossbow bolt here. I knew something happened. I was like, what the heck? All right, don't worry. Meanwhile, we're still waiting to potentially see this other giant 4. You never know. He may show up eventually. All right, so there's the big one. It's a good one. I mean, that it's not max weight, but score-wise, that's up there. And you can tell based off of the length of the horns, as well as how many curls it has, and that's a pretty good one. I'm gonna say it's like a 104 or 105 probably. All right, so he's 200 yards away. And we have the 257, which I feel like, in my opinion, the rifle that we're using is made for this moment right there. It's the perfect size. Did you see him just headbutt? It's like he put his head down, did a handstand, and then all of a sudden just dropped right backwards. Well, in his case, a hoof stand. So we got him. Yes, we do. Boy, I really wish we had like the 357 or the AR 300 or something. I mean, not 357, 375 Magnum. So then we could take down this big water buffalo just chilling out here. Oh, and just like that, here we go, here we go. I knew some more were gonna come in. Holy, we got a whole herd of Blackbuck coming in. This may be the herd with our big one. No, it's not, but it's another Blackbuck, another male. Decent 3. Boy, I thought for sure this was going to be the herd that he was in. I mean, that's where he came from, right over there. All right, so they're starting to get directly downwind of us here, and they're just about to the bait, but they're catching our scent, so we're going to have to take a shot on the male if we get a chance. Got him. He's right over there. I can't see him though. Cannot see him, not even a tiny bit. There, I see him. I see him. You gotta be kidding me. We keep hitting stupid things that are throwing off our shot. Well, the good thing is they're going out to an opening here. And we'll have a second chance. There. Alright, he's a little too straight away. But we still so not only did we just smoke that male Blackbuck, but we also hit a female on the run accidentally. Not only did we hit her, we just dropped her on the spot. Holy, that was a pretty cool bonus actually. So that makes another Blackbuck down. And I think at this point we should probably get down and start picking some up. I'm kind of curious. We must have almost made like potentially a brain shot on that one or something. I don't know how else it would have dropped like that. Maybe back of the neck or brain shot. All right. Well, here's the one we shot with a crossbow that we had a couple of very not cool situations happen. Interesting scenarios happen with the guard railing of that up there. Yeah, that's what we had happen. Finally ended up taking the shot and got a liver, a stomach shot at 41 yards to take him down, a 100.01. Remember, there's still a 1 trivial out here, which is the smallest Blackbuck I've ever seen, and I wouldn't mind trying to get that as well as this giant level 4. Not even the one that we're about to get now. There's still another giant 4, and I don't know. I guess we'll try and come back here again and see if he shows up again. Otherwise, this is going to be the biggest one. And technically, this is the first big Blackbuck that we've had on a feeder. And it's going to be a gold, a 108.35 203 yard shot there right to the center of the lung. So the other one had a minimum estimate of, I think, 105. So it's probably going to be 110 to 115. 130 is diamonds. But yeah, that's a really cool widespread buck there. Really cool one. And then let's go over here now. Well, first, actually, we're going to move this feeder just so we can kind of reset it. Well, technically, we'll set the tent down and then move the feeder. All right, well, let's pick them up. So here's what happened here. The first shot we took right here, it was a non-vital hit, and that was our male. So we hit him just a tad bit back. But the second shot was this, which drilled it right in the back of the head. That's what I figured. And you're going to tell me we can go for a brain shot on the Blackbuck without losing integrity? Never would have guessed that. Perfect brain shot, running at 223 yards. So then this Blackbuck, I'd say we centered him. I mean, he didn't go 50 yards, which is kind of incredible, but it was a non-vital hit. And 100.49, our shot just barely missed the liver. So from that angle, kind of a perfect shot. And yeah, let's see if we can't get lucky enough this time to potentially get the other big one. Well, actually, we may be moving it to right here. What is that sound? Why do I feel like I hear a mountain lion coming? Yeah, we're gonna bring it over here. I mean, look at all the Blackbuck tracks everywhere. Plus, this is where we saw the big four anyways, so let's get it set up. I knew I heard a mountain lion. Probably gonna be a big male. Yeah, I knew he was big. He's actually a max weight mountain lion, and he was pretty close to us, but we jumped him up. So now I really need to find out how big he was. I'm not sure where he went. Very old, and then walking. Well, we for surely would have spooked him, you would think. So as we were trying to track down that giant max weight mountain lion, we came upon this, which, oh my god, for some reason I thought that was a mule deer. I was gonna say that's a pretty cool sight. And also a very unique rack on him. What the heck is that? It almost looks like an axis deer. Obviously it's a red deer, but very strange one. Anyways, as I was saying, oh, there's some red deer there. There might be a bigger one. And there he is right there at 350 yards away. Only this time, I want to take him with the 375 Magnum and open sights. Oh my god. There he is, right there. The sight's actually pretty good on this thing. Drilled him. Put another one in him! Put another one in him! I believe he may be hit twice. Where'd he go? Oh! Oh! Not good. This is not good. He's coming at us. This is not good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh! Shot fired! He's hit! He's hit hard. Maybe the shot wasn't that good. Oh my god! It wasn't that good. Reload. Should have went down. There it is! Boom! Oh god. We made it count. Holy. Let's take a look at that first shot. Yeah, our first shot got majorly robbed on that thing. Definitely hit him a little high, but It's like it didn't even come close to penetrating into anything. The reality is it would have hit shoulder blade, lung, potentially liver. Pretty big though, 152.03. And then the next shot we took when he was coming at us, hit him way far back. And then hit him way far back again. But at least it finished him off. So interesting little transition there as to when we're trying to find that big mountain lion. Another one. Ooh. 2 mountain lions, huh? Yeah, I knew something was up. That's exactly the reason why we're not seeing that many Blackbuck, or why they're all getting spooked 24/7. It's because these mountain lion are coming by and just scaring them. It's so thick here, I can't see anything. But he called from right down here somewhere. Oh my god, we found one bedded. If we found one bedded, then we should be able to find another one close by. No tracks. Perfect angle. Alright, we're gonna take the shot. We are gonna take the shot. Drilled him. And actually not even getting a call from another male, even though we just got a call from one a little while ago. That's another male. So I guess we could be on a track from a different one. And then there's the female. Oh my god, yeah, that's why we tracked him down. That's why we tracked him down. Don't have a good angle for a shot though. Alright, we will be patient and watch this thing to see what he does. Alright, so oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yep, Well, let's just say we got him bedded here 150 yards away from us. But the angle is not ideal. In fact, I think he's angled slightly towards us here. Yeah, he's well within range. I would like to come around this way, but I don't know if we'll be able to see him. Unless we can get up to that hill, then we'll be about 250, maybe 300. But the question is, will we still be able to see him down up in there? Maybe. Just maybe. All I know is we don't want to get any closer to that thing. There he is, right there. Alright, now we just got to get to a spot where we can shoot through that brush without having brush all over. Which is why I wanted to get up here. There's got to be a pocket we can get to. Right there. That's what we wanted. There's his head. There's his head. There's his chest. There's his midsection. That is exactly where we want to be. Right there. Just want to double check. Yep. We'll hold right for center lung. Just missed the back of that tree. For 150. Perfect shot. Oh my god. Oh. That was a rush. Well, we took the shot right there, 200 yards away. He was quartered away. We held it right in the center of that lung. I mean, we're going to hit either center lung or inside lung or some kind of lung. Like, there's no way we're not going to hit something perfect out of that angle there. So let's get down there, go find some blood, and see what we're dealing with here. Talk about one heck of an unexpected bonus. I mean, just for the fact that we actually saw a dime potential animal during this hunt is pretty awesome. Can see pretty good down up in here, actually. Alright, let's see if we can find some blood. Boy, he was a ways out there, wasn't he? A ways out there. Probably somewhere around here. Yep. Right behind these trees here. Got some good blood going this way. Look at right there. Look at right there. We got him, guys. We got him. Oh my god. We just took down a huge gold mountain lion with the 257. And we actually ended up shooting on the opposite lung. So that angle was quite interesting. I held further back to compensate for the angle that he was at there, but the reality is we could have been one more inch forward. I mean, either way, we're only an inch off from the heart. And to take him down with the 257 was pretty impressive, but I was hoping that was going to be a diamond. He just missed it. Still an incredible bonus, though. An incredible bonus. A huge 9 legendary, 38.9 gold mountain lion. Still an awesome, awesome bonus. And a crazy amount of cash. My goodness. 1,500 for that mountain lion. And either way, we kind of needed to do... And the thing is, either way, we kind of needed to do this because otherwise, we're just going to keep having these Blackbucks that spook. And either way, we kind of needed to do this. And either way, we kind of needed to do this because otherwise, we're just going to keep having all these Blackbuck get spooked from the mountain lion. So now the fact that we hunted 2 of them is going to be very helpful in the long run. Now, we got a good chance at getting that big male to come back. Alright, let's see if we can get lucky enough to run into this one here. Now, this last one didn't go too far. But this first one, I think we had even better. Alright, well, she ran this way and... oh, there she is right there, as a matter of fact. I was going to say, I didn't think we'd be able to find her, but... yeah, there she is. That was our shot. Our shot was perfect. That's where I wanted to hit the other one there. That's kind of the shot that you want, that angle there, that quartering away angle when they open up their vitals like that. Perfect shot. And we got 1,100 cash for that. We're not going to get as much, obviously, because it's only a female, but still. Another one down. Oh my god, it worked! There he is! He just showed up! Unbelievable! So we put our bait over here. And by doing that, it attracted this giant Blackbuck to show up. Now he's directly downwind of us, but it's going to be about a 250-yard shot, so I don't think he's going to be able to catch our scent at that distance. I'm not trying to jinx anything, knock on, you know, it's not wood. I have a plexiglass or whatever, plastic desk here, but yeah, there he is. Let's see if he stops. Yes! Oh my god, it worked so perfectly. Holy, that thing's huge. That is a giant Blackbuck. And the thing about this is he's 250, so we can pretty much hold it right on. Yeah, we're gonna have to center him. Ooh, we almost fell off the ledge there. That was almost not good. Now, I'd like to be able to take the shot prone, but I also don't want to accidentally hit the side of, you know, the wall here. So let's see what it looks like. Versus... yeah, we'll go for it. Whew, there's not a lot of hit, not a lot to hit there. Not a lot at all. My goodness. Oh, we definitely hit everything right there. Yes! We got him. Wow, that thing was monster. All right, and with that, that should be all the big black buck that we need to get. Because those are all going to be female. Honestly, I don't even know why we're looking anymore. We literally got exactly what we wanted, and we already got the biggest one down, so. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Heck yes. Yeah, so I'd say the key with using this feeder is keep it right at about 250 to 300 yards away from where you want to be hunting from, because otherwise they're going to catch your scent. As you saw right there, the wind was blowing right to the feeder, but they couldn't catch our scent because it was too far. So that 250 mark is pretty much right where it's at. Before we had it at 220, and they were busting us left and right. So I think that's a very important key of information there when using these feeders. Look at that. There he lays right next to our feeder. Our biggest black buck off a feeder. Now this guy should be a 106. I'm thinking 106. Oh my God, I was way off in such a good way. 114 gold and a 250 yard perfect double long hard shot. Absolutely incredible shot placement on that monster black buck. Holy, he weighed 100 pounds. Oh my God, a 250 yard incredible shot on a stunning male black buck. Look at that thing. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Well, we hunted hard for him, and I wasn't sure if he was going to show back up, but eventually we outsmarted him, and we got him. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for watching. It helps out the channel grow, and we'll see you next time. Man, what a stunning, stunning black buck. Look at that thing.